y'all? It's the Felines Den Podcast, and we are back with another episode. Let's propose a toast.
All right, Sweet 16, baby.
Yes, we are celebrating.
All right, Sweet 16.
Sweet 16.
Yes, we made it.
Never would have made it without y'all.
That's sweet.
So y'all looking lovely. Skin is glowing. Makeup is glowing.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
Thank you, sweet.
Yes, thank you.
so. It's the first Sunday. Are we doing communion? Like,
No,
what
not
happened with
today.
that? Not today.
Not today.
Not today.
No, it's first Sunday.
Okay. Well, you know, I gotta ask, ladies, how are you all doing? Your mental health check. What y'all do for the weekend? Everything good?
Yeah, my mental check is real nice.
Yes,
I'm feeling good.
Yeah, me too. I celebrated my friend's birthday, so another year of life, which is always amazing.
Okay.
And it is the new year for me. I said this last week. It's the new year. It's spring, so I'm in my garden, doing my thing, getting my peace,
Yes.
zenning out.
That's wonderful.
I enjoy it.
Yeah. My mental health been kind of rocky this week, but I'm back, and you know, I feel good.
Better, better.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm back and better.
Right.
So, I just wanted to say I really appreciate you ladies because y'all been with us. How many episodes in?
Six. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
6.
This group of ladies turned 6.
Okay.
6.
All right.
And I just want to thank y'all for being here because I mean, like, I love y'all. Like, this group.
You love me?
I do.
We love you too. Well, I love you.
do.
I don't
You
be
do.
on your nerves.
You do, but
I think we all get on the nerves.
I mean, I probably get on y'all nerves.
And do.
No.
Not for
And
real.
And do.
But I love her so much.
Yeah.
I do.
Y'all
I'll do
just-
anything for her.
Y'all ain't just saying this for the cameras, are y'all?
No.
Of course not.
Okay, I love y'all too. So before we celebrate, I just want to get into some trending topics.
Okay.
Have y'all heard about the Oscars?
Oh my God, have we?
I woke up to it.
Really? I know. I didn't know. I was chilling with my mom. She came in town for my son's birthday. Shout out to my son. Happy birthday, Landon.
Birthday, baby.
But she came and me and my mom was watching that Mother Dear movie on Netflix.
Oh wow, the Mother Dear. My mama used to watch that.
And so Shell Shock hit me with a text like, can I post this on Facebook? And I'm like, what, girl? Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna go first. I want to hear what y'all think, or if anybody want to tell everybody what happened, and then give your input on what happened.
Honestly, I don't watch the Oscars. I think it's pretty boring. I think Hollywood is kind of to the point to where it's like there's no action going on. We kind of know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
So when I woke up the next morning after the Oscars, I was like, what the heck is going on?
Mm-hmm.
I don't really follow celebrities' life. I don't really tune into that Will Smith slapped, punched Chris Rock. I'm like, what?
Did he ever?
This has to be the best Oscars, the most talked about Oscars in the history of Oscars. Like, what is going on?
It definitely is. I mean, I don't watch the Oscars either, which I should because I'm into acting. But yeah, when I got off of work, one of my friends on Facebook posted like, "Did you see what Will did to Chris Rock?" I'm like, "What?" So I went back and watched it. It was crazy. Will's been going through a lot, so I mean, I can't understand why his mentalness was where it was to make him go on stage and slap Chris Rock. But no, I don't condone violence at all, though.
So what happened? Why did he slap Chris Rock?
Well,
go ahead, Vixen.
Chris Rock made a joke about G.I. Jane and Jada, making the movie G.I. Jane 2, and he would be waiting for it. And so initially, Will laughed, and then he looked over there at his wife, who was not laughing.
She was unhappy.
Yes, and so that prompted him to, go up to the stage and put his hands on Chris Rock and tell Chris Rock to keep his wife's effing name out of his effing mouth. And so that's
said it
kind
twice.
that's kind of how it went down and why it went down.
Yeah.
Have y'all seen the Australian version of the recording? What happened?
No.
I haven't either, but I've heard that the Australian version in comparison to the American version is completely different.
Wait, is that the one where they have Chris Rock actually fighting back or something like that?
Yeah, I guess like whatever happened, whatever transpired between Will Smith walking up to him and then punching him, and then after that, slapping him. And then whatever happened after that is kind of, I guess Australia has the raw and edited video of it. And then of course America has the more, I don't know.
Watered down version.
Yeah, the watered down. So,
no.
You can look it up on YouTube.
Me personally, I was going to come on this episode with my head cocked to the side, representing Will, because I always loved Willard.
Yeah.
I still love Willard.
But when I found out some things, it kind of made me second question myself on how I feel about Will. One, you don't do something like that, especially all the accomplishments he has and, just being a celebrity and making a big impact on people. You don't do something like that. I understand Chris Rock is a comedian. To me, he's never been funny, but whatever. He's a comedian. And
I love you, Chris Rock.
And I get it. I get it, but you don't slap someone. And my biggest pet peeve is you don't talk about special needs and you don't talk about people with illness. Did y'all know Chris Rock was a part of the autism spectrum? He has Asperger's.
Mm-hmm.
So I know he's went through a lot of depression in the past.
He's considered autistic. So I feel like when he put his hands behind his back, that was basically his sensory flaring up because he's not expecting or he hasn't taken in what kind of happened. So like when you have autism, you don't react in a quick way a normal person react. You may pause. You have to take it in because it's a sensory thing. It's your brain. Your brain constantly working, but it's not working the way a normal brain will work, if that makes sense. So for me, I don't feel that he didn't hit Will because he was, scared. I think it was his sensory taking in, like, what just happened?
Right.
And
I don't think he was scared either. And I really just think that's just Chris' character. I think he didn't hit Will because that's just the kind of person Chris is. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to tune into the altercation even more than what it is because he has a lot to lose.
Right.
So,
and I'm not taking that away from him either, but I just wanted to make that be known that he's autistic. So people with autism may not react the way that we feel they should because they're their own way.
Right.
But when I saw that kind of made me take back how I felt about Will because it's like, would you go up and hit The Rock? Would you go up and hit Steve Harvey? Would you go up and hit a Caucasian person? Like, you knew.
a lot of questions.
You know what I mean? So for that, I feel like he's a coward.
I agree.
And I no longer really have respect for Will. I'm sorry, but I love him, but I just can't go back from this.
And that's sad for Black America to really say that Chris is a coward or he should have hit back.
Right.
That's crazy.
And I feel like a lot of people are taking sides. What's wrong with taking both sides to say that they're both were wrong? Will Smith could have easily just went up on stage when he won the Oscar. He could have went up when he won the Oscar and said he loves his wife, he supports alopecia. I mean, he could have handled it, I felt like, in a different manner. He was laughing at first.
Oh yeah.
And then of course when he was laughing, you can see Jada on the side of him on his left side, from the camera's point of view, that she was like shaking her head. So I feel like it was almost like, okay, in his mind, it's like, if I don't do something, I'm going to go home and it's going to be hell.
Right.
Because my wife is pissed that I didn't stand up for her.
Right.
That's the only reason why I feel like Will did what he did.
On national television.
On national television.
Right.
But, I mean, I'm just confused because within not even a second, his attitude changed.
It did.
Quickly.
Can I say this? Will did a stereotypical Karen to me.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. He went up, reacted out of emotion, and then started to cry about what he had done because he was wrong. And to me, that is typical Karen.
And his apology
It is
wasn't
typical
even,
Karen.
His apology wasn't even
That's
worth
people with
an
the money.
apology.
I don't think he was sorry that he hit Chris. I think he's sorry
That he
of
did
the outcome.
the
that
outcome.
happened.
Yes,
But
yeah.
to be honest, don't apologize if you don't mean it. So I mean, if he didn't
Eventually,
mean
he
it,
did apologize.
Oh, he did?
Yes, eventually he did send out an apology to Chris
Chris.
Rock.
and they both apologized to each
Well,
other.
Right, Chris did that very first morning.
No, that wasn't his.
Really?
He didn't put that out.
Okay.
The team said that wasn't him. That put out
What,
that
Chris
apology.
Rock?
Yeah.
Oh.
Chris Rock actually
We-
said something on his tour about it a little bit,
Yeah.
but he hasn't apologized and said anything about it publicly yet.
So how y'all feel about Chris' brother? Is it Tony Rock?
Yeah.
He's going around saying how he would slap the S out of Will.
Well, he
and-
said
He ain't
he's got Tupac energy.
Yeah. How do y'all feel about
Pac
that?
energy.
Because to
Well-
me, he's a lame. I'm just being
I think he's riding on Chris Rock right now, and
Yeah.
he's getting people coming to his shows,
Right, 'cause
talking about what took place. I think
Nobody's
he's using
coming to
that.
see you, Otis.
I think
Ain't
Tony's
nobody coming to see
funny.
you, Otis.
I'm sorry. I disagree because I think Tony Rock is funny. I love Chris Rock. You said I'm more of a Chris Rock fan than I am a Will Smith fan. So Tony Rock is, and I would hope that my brother would react the same way.
Yes.
I want my brother to have Pac energy if somebody came up and slapped me too.
But let's be honest. They have Pac energy behind the camera.
Absolutely.
I don't think Tony running up on Will. I'm sorry.
I don't
He's
know.
not.
I
sorry.
think that he said it's 10 of them.
Oh.
Yes.
Well, then
And-
maybe, yeah.
And
I mean, he has security.
Sometimes
Right.
you never know when you're going to see a rock. You see what I'm saying? That's what he said. You never know when you're going to see one of us. It's 10 of us. You see what I'm
But everybody
so,
choose their battles.
Right.
Exactly. And that's
And
not,
Will chose his battle.
right. That is not saying that he's going to run up on Will and immediately do something. You see what I'm
Well,
saying?
I just feel like Hollywood has gotten, well, not even Hollywood, but I feel like as comedians, it's hard to be a comedian nowadays because you don't know if your career is going to end because this generation that we're in now is so sensitive.
The cancel culture.
Yeah, the cancel culture. Then it's like as a comedian nowadays, it's like you have to wonder, okay, if what I say right now, is it going to end my career? Is it going to be cancel culture? Like, it's just like people are just taking it too serious nowadays. And what if Chris Rock didn't know, hypothetically
Right.
speaking, that Jada Pinkett had alopecia.
Right.
I didn't know she had alopecia. I don't follow them like that. Okay, of course they had, what is it, Red Table Talk?
Yeah.
I didn't follow that. I mean, I may have watched Jordan Woods' interview, but that's because of the whole Kardashian situation. Or
Right.
I guess the Jenner situation,
Yeah.
typically. But it's like, I don't watch their show, so I honestly didn't know that Jada had alopecia until this situation. So what if Chris Rock didn't know that?
Well, they said that they're close friends.
But that doesn't mean that he knows that, though. Because just like my boyfriend, I didn't know his mother had alopecia until this
happened.
situation. She posted on Facebook talking about basically being an advocate for alopecia because she's bald and she looks amazing.
Yeah,
But I just thought
does.
she was just rocking a bald haircut. I had no idea she had alopecia until this situation at the Oscars took place.
And Jada has worn her hair short
for a long
for her whole
time.
career.
A long time, yes.
Her
But
whole
not
career.
but not bald though. She's bald.
Yes, but at some point, you see what I'm saying? Like, who would know?
Right.
Let's
right.
just stop right now because I see that you cut your hair.
Uh-huh.
So are you giving me the Jada-ness?
Yes, I am. I just wanted people to see that this is how Jada has worn. Excuse me. Let me
Yes,
Beautiful,
honey.
right?
Yes.
And I even saw a interview where she said she don't give a F about what people thinks about her hair, and that her daughter was the one that talked her into cutting her hair bald. My thing is, comedy is comedy. We have to stop being so very sensitive, about what people make fun of. I mean, laughter does the heart good like medicine.
Right.
And we are just, so freaking sensitive. You can't, I don't agree with bullying, but I love the dozens. I grew up doing the dozens, cracking jokes with my cousins. It was part of our culture as a family. That's what we did. So to think that now you can't even tell a joke. And in reality, G.I. Jane is one, excuse my language, the baddest bitches out there.
But the story behind it, they said that she cheated on her boyfriend with someone else, so that's why the joke was even deeper.
But
that's what I was going to say.
But their relationship always hasn't been perfect either. Jada and Will Smith, they had
an open relationship.
Exactly, they have been so open on the red table talk. So I don't understand why Will reacted the way he did, because they've always been that marriage couple that has always been open in the spotlight. So for him to react the way that he did, it's
still his wife.
But what I heard is that they were talking about Jada hair throughout that whole event, is what I heard. There was a lot of slack on why she didn't wear a wig.
Right.
Your husband's about to win the Oscars. You should have did this and that. So there was more talk on that up until they sat down and listened to Chris Rock. Right. And I felt like when he said that was just like the tipping right there for her. She was just like, whatever. And I think that could be why Will reacted the way he reacted. But on top of Ocean, I did hear that they was basically trying to say that she was like Demi because she dated Ashton, a younger guy.
Yeah.
And, everybody know that Jada dated August, which everyone should know that it was an open relationship. And to get to the August situation, they was like, well, why you didn't punch August? I was like, what that got to do with what he did to Chris?
Right. Because they always had an open relationship. Jada spoke on the red table talk and said Will cheated first before they even had an open relationship. So it's not like Will just let Jada do her thing. He probably let her do her thing because he was saying, well, I've done mine, so now you can do what you want to do. And plus, it probably was a time where they were just like, you know what, let's just give it a break and let us just do our thing. If y'all remember, Will was documenting every adventure thing he did on social media. He would have ladies with him in his videos. He would be somewhere else across the world while Jada was with August.
I wish I was.
And one thing Will said was Jada never liked to travel with him. So, it's their marriage. It's their rules. If you want to protect your wife, but you should have done it in a moment where it was behind closed doors.
Absolutely.
Not for the world to see, and not putting your hands on
And then protecting your wife is protecting her emotional stability as well. And for them to have gone through the things that they have gone through in a marriage, I don't believe either one of them has actually protected either person's emotional stability or emotional well-being. So if this is what they needed to kind of restart their, relationship, or to give their relationship some new boost, then okay, I understand that, because it may have needed this. But to me, it was just distasteful.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I understand different people need different things, and so if that is what they needed, then okay.
I would love to.
Well, Jada, if you don't want Will, I'll still take him. Like, you can bring him on to me.
If y'all want to have an open relationship, just send Will Smith to me.
Y'all can have it.
I just want some
Jada
acting
said
advice,
that he
Will.
has sex like a woman.
That's fine. I like you.
I think Jada she's really, I would have divorced her.
She's very boyish.
Because she's always talking about a dead guy.
Right.
If I was your husband and I gotta look on social media and you telling people happy birthday that's dead, who you be, girl, like
Jada, I love Pop too.
Oh,
I love her.
I mean,
she just seems very toxic. But like from the outside looking in, it just seems like Jada is very toxic, and I just don't understand Will Smith. Why are you?
Well, Jada did say
she just got a new vagina too.
Well, I don't care.
Let me
type woman Will Smith.
Hold up, stop, wait.
to me, Will
The
Smith,
press.
give me your last name because Jada ain't it.
Wait a
Right.
minute.
Wait, what did you just say?
How do we get a new vagina?
Bald head, scallywag, all
got
in
no-
my face.
Okay,
How
what
do we get a new vagina?
They have like
it's
surgery.
rejuvenated. She had surgery.
Yeah, they do surgeries now.
Yeah. They go in you, burn your old wall. I'll just play. I don't know how they do it, but I just know that they rejuvenated. But they do go inside you and put you to sleep. It's a real procedure.
Interesting.
Why do you need a new vagina and you've been married to the same man for years?
I mean, they've been in an
Right.
open relationship. So.
I just want that thing that open that you
Oh,
need.
wait.
Since you want to keep talking
You
about
only
But no, like Jada was broken when Will Smith decided to call her and be like, "I want you to be my woman." Like she said that in an interview. Like she was at her lowest at that time, and I felt like that wasn't the right time
to get
to
married.
accept his
let's be
proposal.
honest, because I'm about to talk my ass about Jada.
Hold
I
up.
love Jada. No. I love Jada.
Girl,
But go ahead.
You never had a leading role. You never had won an
Yes,
award.
she did.
What?
What was the one where they were in Louisiana?
Y'all know I'm be watching movies. What movie?
Jason Legs was one of my
Jason's Legs.
favorite.
Okay,
And
one movie.
set it off.
Did she
baby.
get,
Set it
did
off
she get an
was
award
five.
for those? Or
Set it off.
Oscar?
She's got some awards.
Set it off was
Set it
five.
off. Yeah.
Okay, anyway, let's be here besides that. You would never be Nia Long. You would never
Well,
be.
Nia Long just got an award actually.
And Neil Long has never really done anything.
Are y'all gonna let me talk about shit?
No.
Hold up.
Because I love you, Jada. I love you, Jada. But
Are y'all gonna let me
girl,
talk my crap?
Let
Go
her talk
ahead.
her shit.
I'm just saying, girl, are you mad? Like, did you put your evil energy into Willard to make him go
Not
slap
Willard.
Christopher? Because you ain't won an Oscar. Are you slick hating on Willard? Is that what really
I hope
happened?
not.
If you do voodoo, let us know. Just tell us. Cause you got August on lock, you got Willard on lock.
Ooh,
She for sure
just
has
let
some-
August
And my
know.
thing is, she got him on lock, and she had to have vagina surgery. Like,
That's the first that I've heard of that.
Really? Oh, that's true. She said
Yeah.
it on the red table.
Well, we don't know
Wow.
what goes on truly in these celebrities' lives. I
She
mean-
said it on the red table talk.
Oh,
But it could be from pregnancy, y'all. Pushing out the
Girl,
baby.
please.
Oh,
I done
girl.
pushed out
You know.
1, 2.
She only
Two
had
kids.
two
You
babies.
know.
and then
Yeah.
okay, another thing is that Will Smith always had father issues. If y'all have watched the
Yeah.
new series Bel Air, which is amazing,
I love it.
love that series. It's based on Will Smith and his daddy issues. So for him to go and slap Chris Rock, it's like.
Come on
Now
now.
you're going back on your story because you had problems with your father, and then you go and slap another man. It's like you're not setting the standard here.
But let's be honest, we're human, okay?
We are
Absolutely.
human,
And we're
yeah,
gonna,
of
and they're
course.
human too. They're just celebrities, and we just see them.
Right.
But I mean, we don't know what. To be honest, we don't know what Will was feeling. Not justifying hitting someone is right,
Yeah.
but we don't know what made him do that.
Mm-hmm.
It could have been Chris. Could have been just the one that just summed it all up for him.
Yeah.
He could have just took the reason why he slapped Chris is because of everybody else.
A build up.
Yeah.
Now, did y'all see that smirk though after he
When he
slapped?
walked off.
Yeah, that was
Girl, I
so
love
weird to me. I'm like,
No,
what
it
is-
was
like, what's
sexy to
going
me.
on in your mind right now? Is
Yeah,
what
that
I wanted
was
to
so
know.
manly.
He was like,
that
I'm
manly
like,
man
"Ooh,
slap.
He
That
walked
was
off like
weird.
bitch ain't gonna play with me again.
I'm gonna get some pussy.
But guess what? Everybody talking about Jada now and disrespecting her. They're calling her bees and everything when they talk about
That's
her.
not right.
It did. I think it made it worse for
It
her
did.
because a lot of people feel like she is a downfall when it comes to it. But my thing is this: he chose her.
Absolutely.
You know, that is the one that he wants to spend the rest of his life with, no matter who or what kind of person she is.
Mhm.
And so she is what she is, and she has will.
Yeah.
You know who I want to see Will with?
Me,
Nia Long.
Adrian Walton.
They are, girl. They are best friends. Did y'all know that?
I didn't know
They
that.
look so
Yeah,
cute
they was.
together.
I think they were in like one of his first movies. He was
Yeah,
with her.
we'll need to divorce Jada.
I agree.
Jada
I
need to
agree.
go be a thought in Thoughtland. And
I've said that
Will-
for a while. I think he needs to.
Why Jada got to be a thought? Because her husband, and her have a different type of relationship.
Exactly.
No, because she wants me. Okay, let's be honest.
And then cute little August.
Let's be
She was
honest.
So cute. She had cute little August.
So let me say this. August.
Jada, thumbs up, Jada.
August probably is well endowed.
Jada.
Willard
thumbs
is
up.
not. If y'all notice, she likes people that's well endowed.
Yeah.
How
You
do you
think
know
so?
Will is not well endowed?
Right.
We don't know that.
She just said how Willard have sex like a woman.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he's not well
What does
endowed.
that mean though?
That means he can't please her. Let's be honest.
And men can't please me. I'm confused.
Right.
But you're not complaining like Jada.
Because I'm not
really
a celebrity.
heard
Why should I have to
explain.
complain about that?
Go ahead and complain. You got 60 seconds.
Men, I'm sorry, but women give me more pleasure than men.
Mm,
So therefore, if Jada is not satisfied, then leave.
that's true.
Get that bread, get
Would
that head.
you leave,
then
Will?
No.
Shoot no.
Okay, so
And that's exactly
But
why she
Will
hasn't left?
needs to leave her. It's just her.
Why would she leave when she's getting everything she needs?
But will she leave?
But evidently she's not getting
Right.
what she needs, and we're thinking about sex,
I mean,
but I think a lot of it
will she
is
leave?
just emotional.
I think she's
Like
happy
I
now.
said, I think that they are not emotionally supporting each other. From what it seems like in the past, I'm not sure what's going on now,
Right.
but just in the past, it doesn't seem like they were supporting each other emotionally.
Yeah,
And
I agree.
She went through a depression stage.
Right,
Where she
right.
sat on the red table, but like right now, I think they're good. I think they're good right now.
Will, if you listening, leave, baby. You embarrassed yourself.
Oh, she wants you.
You know? I didn't do. But,
I do think,
leave.
I will say this, Jada does need to stop telling everyone how
Her
she
business.
feels about
Mhm.
her husband.
I agree.
That is something that she should not do. And this is coming from someone, yes, I am getting a divorce at this point, but this is coming from someone who was and had been with the same man for over 20 years. That's just something you don't do, Jada. I don't know what advice the women around you are giving you, but we may not know him personally. He may not be the best man. He may not be a good man. But if you're going to stay in that relationship, you need to stop telling people your man screws like a girl. You're going to have to stop telling
Crazy.
people that, that's doing nothing for him as a man. And I actually, in a lot of ways, feel sorry for Will. I don't know what he put Jada through, but I do know that I do sympathize with him because of some of the things that I have heard come out of her mouth.
And I want to say, she probably say that Will screws like a woman is because Will is very romantic and affectionate, and he made this clear. And she like the thuggish, ruggish, bone type of guy. And he's probably making good love to her, something that we like and we
Right.
want. But she's like, no, F me like you mean it. Like she wants to get
She
F
wants that
From
Jason
the
lyrics.
and we are like kissing and caressing, and that's why I said she need to go back to thought land, because Will is not the man. Enough rah talk. I wanted to get into another trending topic on social media, but at this point, let's just celebrate us. You know, forget everybody else.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
So all of us wrote down some questions and we put it in a jar, and basically they're anonymous questions, and so we're all going to pick a question and then we're going to answer it.
I'm excited. Yes.
Are you going to do the honors?
Shake
Shake the devil off. In the name of Jesus. Shake the devil. Oh wow. Have you ever been in a situation to act a fool?
Yes.
Yeah.
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 Public, private.
Oh, yes, of course.
You name it.
Yeah.
Right.
I've been in a personal situation.
Yes,
Act
of course.
Yeah. I would give you, okay, so I'll just give you an example. One time, on a plane.
Ooh. You act a fool on the plane.
Yeah, because first of all, and keep in mind, I did not pay for this ticket. Shout out to you who did. We did first class. And so they were telling me, ma'am, I think you're in the wrong seat. I had already been drinking because we were coming from a vacation. And so basically, I'm not going to go into details, but I act the fool.
Yes, you should.
I act the fool.
As you should have.
Have you ever peed on yourself?
No.
I think I may have when I laughed too hard once. I'm like, okay.
I
Well,
saw this question.
No, you can't cheat.
No, I saw it. It wasn't folded.
Because you be cheating.
One thing about for me, I'm a finesse. Okay, I want a folded one. Ooh, this is juicy.
Uh-oh.
No, she upset. Okay, what qualities are a must in a man?
Let's ask Jada.
Leave Jada alone.
Ain't no Jada. Because she got that fine millionaire.
Cleanliness. I think a man being clean is so sexy. Like, I want to smell bleach when I walk into your home. because
You
you're
mean
clean.
that kind of clean?
That like, I want to see
Mr. Clean.
Right. I want him to be cleaning up when he washes his clothes, fold them up right after.
Okay.
That is so sexy to me. I don't know. I don't like walking into a man's apartment and it's just trifling. Like, because I'm not trifling, so why? No, that's just too much. So cleanliness is a must for me. Also, of course, being a gentleman, opening the door for me, not all the time, but from time to time, and then just giving me flowers sometimes, but
That's sweet.
I mean,
Yes.
of course, not every man is going to be like that, but if they're willing to grow and you teach them to be like that, then yes. But I feel like cleanliness is the most important quality for me in a man, and respectfulness too, because I don't need him cursing me out or beating my ass. I don't have time for that.
All right.
How do I feel about today's music? I guess that's a good question for our old lady, huh?
Oh, wow.
I don't know.
Right.
I think it is BS, but I will admit that my generation started the, excuse my language, bullshit when it comes to music. My parents' music was all about love and change and romance, and then my generation, the music industry started to talk about bitches, excuse my language, I'm sorry, bitches and hoes and head and more head, and this is what we started, and I'm 46, and this is what my generation, and even though we had conscious music, self-destruction, stuff like that, we still pushed the music industry to where it is now. So if it sucks, it's my generation's fault that it sucks. I feel like it is. But we do have wonderful artists, neo-soul artists, like her and all of those people. We do have good music. Because, I like Kodak Black's song. You switched like a that's
like a
I know. So some songs come out there and they touch your soul.
Right.
But yeah, it's our fault that it sucks like it does. But there are good artists out there.
What does this say? If you could marry any celebrity, who would it be? Nobody. I don't want to get married. I don't care about marriage like that.
Luke James.
Nobody.
Nobody.
If I could use it, no, I'm just playing.
Now you just did all that begging Will, and then was like,
Right,
Will, I want you. I need you, Will, but I can't marry you.
No, I wouldn't want to marry him. I just want to spend his money and go on trips with him.
Oh,
Yeah.
at least you're honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's beware, Will.
Share a talent you have.
She's an actress.
I am an actress.
Go tell us more.
Well, I mean, I guess.
Can I ask this question? As an actress, should we be believing you when you say stuff because you're an actress? Like, are you always in costume or in? In character, I guess that's what I've got.
No, you should definitely believe who you want to believe. But I mean, a lot of people do say you don't want to trust actors because you feel like they're acting all the time, but that's not true.
Okay.
Listen, my sis is on an Amazon Prime movie, so y'all better check it out.
Okay.
Where can they find you again? Shout it out.
So I am in a movie called Still Got Joy, and you can watch it on Prime Videos.
Awesome.
Download the Prime Video app on your smart TV,
Is it
smartphone. It is not free. The last time I saw it was about like $19. But it's a really good movie though.
Support Black actresses.
Yes.
Yes.
Pay that $19.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I will do so.
All right, Paris, there we go.
Okay, so sharp, thank you.
I thought y'all was gonna write some deep, like nasty
Okay,
questions. I was so nervous.
I'm waiting on it to
ooh.
get to that point. Where they at? Ooh, here you go.
Alrighty. Tidy.
Okay.
Oh, that's not Jada. Jada's not tidy.
What do you expect from
You
an
said.
ideal sugar daddy?
Oh Lord.
That is your question, like question for you.
So we not all going to answer?
No.
Listen, I expect my ideal sugar daddy trips. I need my rent paid.
One time.
And I don't want you to expect nothing from me but to go on dates with you. And I mean exquisite dates. Not McDonald's, not Sonic, not let me go get you dinner and then we go back to my house. I need to go out and dress up and show me off for you. And then take me on a trip for doing so. Or pay my bills for doing so, for giving you company, for giving you conversation, for giving you this beauty, honey.
Pay
So,
my bills, okay?
if you ain't got that, then
Then
don't even come my way. And let's not forget the yacht when we on the trip.
Ooh. Yachts, okay?
That was a lot.
Hey.
Because I expect a lot. I am a lot.
You deserve a lot.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
This is a simple question. It says, would I let someone stay with me until they got back on their feet?
Ooh.
You got
Okay.
60
Who
days.
60.
Oh,
You a good one.
And that's it.
eviction.
She said
Look.
60 days.
And that's it.
And
You got 60 days.
What they say? And I, ooh.
And
She a good one because, baby, you ain't staying with me.
Well, I understand everybody has hard times. You know, not everybody, but people do have hard times. And so,
When
you
I
got 60 days. Unless you are like my nieces, who I hope are watching this, who I really wish China or Nana or Nunu would come and stay with their auntie for a little while.
Oh.
You know, I really
So
want
sweet.
that, but, you know, they don't love me like that.
they grown.
They don't love their auntie like that.
here you go, girl.
Yes. What you got?
Right. She trying to skip.
You trying to skip?
She is.
No.
What's your question?
Well, it says ocean, and I picked it.
What's on the back?
Okay.
Well,
no, that's
no.
perfect. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yes.
This is supposed to be anonymous, but I'll answer it.
Yes.
Why did you start a podcast?
Yes.
Because I talk a lot. I'm an introvert, but and to be honest, I'm socially awkward. But I have a lot of stories to tell. What originated? Okay, where's that?
Originated.
Mm-hmm. Y'all know I'm from Memphis. When I lost my corporate job in March, you know, I was just tired of being polished. I wanted to free myself because.
You didn't lose it, you left.
Thank you. I left.
Yeah.
But basically, I've always had a sense of humor. I've always been told I was funny. My character is like amazing. But I do have my flaws, of course. And I'm very dramatic and a great storytelling. So that was the reason of starting a podcast. But once I finally started it, it was deeper for me than just those things. I feel like I had a purpose, and my purpose is basically sharing my personal stories that a lot of women probably are scared to talk about, and I can share those on my platform without caring to be judged, and maybe women can tune in and be like, oh, I went through the same situation, and it makes it more easier for them to tell their story. So that's pretty much why I started a podcast. Whew. when I walked out of my corporate job and said, fuck y'all. No, I'm just like.
Nobody wants to see you, Otis.
Right. Yeah, once I, left that job or whatever, I was just tired of being polished up, I'm going to share something that I didn't just share. So I had to take a class on pronunciation and communication skills. Because they told me when they first hired me, I was too Southern.
Because you were from Memphis?
Yep.
They say, girl, you from Memphis, girl. You got to,
yeah.
ain't gonna work.
Yeah, right. So every day, I normally, like, for instance, if I go into my office and I'm speaking to people, I would be like, good morning, everybody. How are you all doing? And that's not me. I'm like, hey, y'all, good morning,
right.
and I just got tired of being polished. So by me being an introvert, I'm socially awkward. I do love to talk, not in front of a lot of people. And this podcast platform gave me an opportunity to do that, plus share my stories that I have. I've been told I'm very dramatic, a great storyteller, and my personality is amazing, but I do have flaws, of course. And I'm very outspoken and blunt. I don't care to hide secrets from people. I'll tell you what it is. Either you like me or you don't. Right. And I just feel like I'm able to share stories that most women are not able to talk about because they feel like they will be judged, and I really don't care. So this platform is basically for me to just share my situations that have happened, and maybe women that can relate can also be like, okay, and it makes them open up more to share their experiences without being judged. So that's pretty much the reason why I started the podcast. But since we've been doing it, for me now, it's more than just a hobby. It's a business. It's something that I want to go further in. I want to be mainstream. I love radio. And, that's why I started a podcast. And I'm glad that you ladies are a part of this podcast with me.
And I'm glad to be here.
Yes, and I'm glad you decided to start a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And I am glad that you took a chance on the old lady.
No.
Because honestly, I understand that there were issues with the older women before me. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that you still decided to go with an older lady. And I hope I stand up to the standard.
Baby, you all the way up.
Thank you, boo. Thank you.
So this one says, what would you do if a woman came to you as
What would you do if a woman came to you as a woman?
Yep. What is
Yes,
that?
I'm coming to you as a woman.
Like, I'm coming to you as a woman. Why are you messing with my man? Like,
I would listen, I would be like, okay. And then I would sing like a bird. I would tell them everything that's going on. Like, yep, and yes. And just let them feel bad for coming to me as a woman. Like, why are you coming to me? Ask your man.
And she may try to slap you like we up.
Okay. I just want to say off of that, because I feel like women that are like, I just want to come to you as a woman, and then once the other woman expresses what really happened or the truth behind this story, the woman that said, I'm going to come to you as a woman, doesn't believe it.
Exactly.
Or just goes right back to the man, or goes right back to the toxic relationship. I'm like, so why did you come to me and do all of that extra stuff?
Exactly.
I had a woman come to me about her husband. Woman to woman. Black woman to black woman. If that dog was the dog that he bought me, please let me know this in the picture.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I went with him to go get the dogs. He bought me and my son a dog. He bought you and your child a dog. Be happy. What do you want me to fucking do? Or say, like, no, I'm not gonna check your man, homegirl. Check your man.
Yeah, she really should check her man, though.
Wow.
I'll let coming to you as a woman.
Right.
Don't come to me at all.
Right. I'm not going to feel sorry for you because your man cheated on you. And I'm not going to not cheat on... Let me stop.
I get it, because I'm not going to lie. I've done it.
Right.
Oh.
I have. I really have.
What was
done
the
it.
experience? Can you elaborate?
It was...
Not you trying to catch the tea?
Yeah, I'm saying.
The tea.
Okay.
The tea is hot.
In the end, it was embarrassing for me. I felt embarrassed in the end because, like you all said, I should have been checking my man instead of, and I did, but I also wanted to check the woman too.
Okay.
And you find out a lot of things that, people lie.
Yeah.
And your man will lie and tell you certain things that aren't true. And so when you go to that woman as a woman and you find out the truth, then, you have to either suck it up. I wasn't rude or I didn't curse her out or try to fight her or anything. I just wanted to know the truth. Because I did feel like
he wasn't being honest.
that he wasn't being honest at the time. And I did find a lot of things that were not necessarily true. And so it was hurtful. I'm the type of person that in the past, I didn't want to know. Even when it came to my friends, if you saw my man out, just let it be. Don't tell me. Because I want to live in the fantasy. I'm not like that now.
Yeah.
But I was like that. Just let it be. Let that be between you and him. And,
you were protecting your peace. That's what you were
right.
doing.
No, I was living in the fantasy.
Right.
It wasn't protecting the peace. It was
Right.
living in the fantasy.
You heard what? Let's say that again. Run it back. You wasn't what?
I wasn't protecting my peace.
You was
living in the fantasy. And that's what I wanted to do. So I'm not like that anymore. I want to know. If you see the person that I am talking to with another person, I don't care if tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me, because I want to know off the rip what I'm dealing with. Because loyalty is important in a relationship.
I agree. So if you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? I would definitely go to Africa.
Ooh.
What part? There are like
There are
millions.
tons. I know. I would go to Tanzania.
Tanzania.
I say that wrong every time,
But you know where you want to go.
but I know where I want to go.
And you know how it looks on paper.
Yeah, the safaris. My goal in life is to support the Elephant Foundation, the Elephant Charity. They are going extinct, so my screens. So actually, it's funny because when I decided that I wanted to go to Tanzania and support the charity, the Elephant Charity, I made my screensaver an elephant that was already on the Apple wallpaper. So I was like, you know what, this is going to be a reminder for me to go to eventually when I get wealthy, which hopefully by 30 I'm wealthy, and I'm saying this right now. So when I look back on this when I'm 30, I'm like, I'm wealthy. So when I'm 30, I do want to be wealthy enough to donate to a elephant charity in Tanzania or wherever in Africa to help save the elephants. That is a goal of mine before I die or leave this world, this life. So I think going to Africa, not even just about the animals there, but just going there to feel like I'm home.
Yeah.
I feel like it's going to be very important to me. It's going to be very inspirational for me. I've heard great things about Africa.
It's beautiful too.
Yeah, it
In
is
some
beautiful.
places.
Well, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I hate to cut you off. I have, I had the pleasure of visiting South Africa and Mozambique, which are which are connected, and we drove from Johannesburg to Maputo, Mozambique, and it is beautiful. It is absolutely amazing. I mean, you see oceans, you see the ocean on one side, you see the mountains on the other. It is just absolutely amazing. But you get to a place where you see kids and people bathing in the same water that people are drinking. But then you have these beautiful cities as well.
Course.
So it's very diverse depending on where you go. Mozambique, and I haven't been there in years, so I pray that it has developed into something different since I've been. And that was like in 2007 2007. But Johannesburg is like New York. It's absolutely
It's
gorgeous.
stunning. Yes, it's stunning.
It's gorgeous. The people are gorgeous, and they do treat you like, well, my experience.
They're very welcoming.
My experience in both South Africa and Mozambique, they treat you like you come home. I did have that feeling, even though I must say this, for me, it did not feel like home. So a lot of people go, a lot of African Americans go and they say, oh, I'm going so that I can feel like I'm going home. It didn't.
Right.
It felt like I was visiting a very beautiful place where I had people who looked like me. But it did not feel like home.
I think for
Home.
me, go ahead.
I was just going to say home for me feels like here.
Here, yeah. And I agree with you, but I feel like just potentially where my ancestors may have came from, it's like, okay, if I travel to West Coast, like the Western Africa, it's like, okay, maybe this is where my ancestors came from. So it's like, okay, wow, I can look at these people and be like, wow, I have similar features to them. Like, maybe this is where I came from, because I don't know where I came from. And I blame that on slavery. I blame that on being African American, because I don't know where my heritage comes from outside of my great grandparents. I don't know what happened after or before my great grandparents. So for me, traveling to Africa is finding that sense of, okay, these are my roots.
Right.
No matter where I go in Africa, this is still my continent. This is still where I came from before coming to America.
And a lot of people have that experience.
Yeah.
A lot of people have that experience.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, you know, I have to make humor out of everything. So, Paris, if you just want to come over to Delta Sigma Theta, just say it. You know, I mean, you and these elephants.
I'm not going to say what I want to say today, but it is not Delta Sigma Theta.
Whatever. Next question. She tried.
Okay, so in the spirit of Will and Jada, my question is: have you ever slapped someone?
Yes.
And that's a simple answer.
Oh, wow.
Yep, I
Yes.
have. In grade
Yeah.
school.
Yes.
Yeah.
I won't go into details, but yes.
Okay, well, let's move on to the questions that we have for one another.
What did you think of me when you first met me?
I thought you were very intelligent.
Don't be sweet.
No, I'm serious. When we did our first interview together, when we had to go up and we had 5 minutes, maybe 10 at most, to create a segment, and I didn't know you, you didn't know me, but we put our ideas together, we created a segment, and we did amazing. But not only was I nervous, but I kind of let you take the lead just so I could kind of pick your brain a little bit. And like I said, I was nervous, so I didn't really just know what to say. So me asking you questions was more so me picking your brain and getting to know you and how you think and how you work. So I learned a lot from you the first time that I met you, and I took it as a positive thing, because I felt like you could bring a lot to what we're doing right now.
Thank you.
You didn't think I was sexy, and I'm like, damn, this old lady's
All of
sexy.
these
Like
beautiful-
all these
women
men are gonna be
are
after her.
I have a question.
Okay, well,
for-
hold on. Let's all answer it. So you go.
Yeah. Okay.
She said, what did we think about
Yes,
it? So,
that's a question for the panel.
When I saw Vixen come in, when we had our interview, I thought she was nice. I was like, okay. It was older women. I remember Ocean talking about, her experience with older women. So I was like, okay, just trying to figure out how this is going to work. But it worked out just fine. So, yeah.
just throw me under
Call.
the fucking bus.
Call.
Well, I'll be honest, because I feel like everybody's giving watered down answers.
Thank you.
When you did the interview first,
Wait, hold on. What do you mean?
She said,
Right.
what did y'all think about her?
But what was watered down on what I said?
Yeah.
And what did we first think about you? Or,
Right, when you first met me.
okay, when
What
I
was
first
your
met
thoughts
you.
about me initially, and maybe even if you want to elaborate now?
Okay, first thoughts about you when I first met you. Well, we was communicating through Facebook Messenger, so we had already went over your age and stuff like that, and then you text one-on-one about that and stuff like that. So my first thought in general was just, will this work again, But once you did your questionnaires and I heard your voice and we were communicating, I was like, oh, she dope. So then when I met you in person, you had that same energy or whatever. And I was like, okay, hell, you dope. But then when we were doing the podcast, I couldn't get your personality. So I felt like maybe it could be a problem, or I felt like maybe you didn't like us, or maybe you didn't like me. Because I'll just speak for me. Maybe you didn't like me. Or maybe, I don't know. Because I'm so used to when people come around, I'm the type of person that just want everybody to be like, hey, we friends, come by y'all. And you wasn't like that. You was kind of standoffish. So when I talked to my mom about it, she was like, look, not saying you're old, because first of all, you look fucking good. But she was like, she's older than y'all. She ain't gonna have that same energy like you want her to have, and maybe you should have a conversation with her. We had that conversation. Ever since then, it's been, I feel like after we had that conversation, when you knew that how we felt or how I felt, I feel like it's just been up since then. Like now I feel like we vibe. I feel like your personality comes out more with the podcast. I feel like you are really a part of the podcast. Not saying that you may not felt that way at first, but just my opinion, I feel like you feel like literally I'm a part of this fucking podcast.
And I do. I do. And I will say what I told you initially. I believe relationships grow. Yeah. And you have to get to know people, And so I guess that's the energy that I was given. Let me get to know the ladies before I just dive all in. But I didn't know the energy that I was giving was kind of standoffish. Yeah. So once that was explained to me, and I'm glad we did have that conversation. Yeah, me too. I think it did get a whole lot better.
It did. Okay.
All right. Next question. Anyone else?
My question is for Paris. Oh. Do or when do you want to have babies? And when you do have babies, do you want your babies to have your last name or your boyfriend's last name?
Well, so to answer the first question, when do I want to have babies? I want to have babies when I'm married to my boyfriend. So the day that he asked me to marry him is the day that I will travel the world with him. And then after that, if we were wealthy enough, financially stable, then yes, I would love to have kids. I would love to have 2 boys and 1 girl, so 3 kids total. I don't know if they'll all come out of this womb. Hopefully I can afford a surrogate, because I don't know what motherhood is like. So maybe if I do have a baby, I might want to carry 2 more. And if I don't like the process, then maybe I can afford a surrogate. But to each its own. What was the second question? I forgot.
Oh, well, you answered it because you want to be married.
Yes, I do want to be married. I want my kids to have my husband's last name, which is McNeil. So, of course, I will incorporate my last name. So if I make my son's middle name my last name, I will do that. But I definitely want to carry Walton in my generation. I don't know if my boyfriend is too fond of me keeping my last name, but I would like to. And a story behind that is that I used to want to go to medical school. So before getting married, I planned on going to medical school before I was engaged or married. So I would always want to be called or referred as Dr. Walton. I didn't want to be referred as Dr. my husband's last name, because I didn't work for my husband's last name. I worked for my last name. Right. So that's always been a reason for me to keep my last name, because I've worked hard for myself. I've never worked hard for another man. So for me to keep my last name is something that I would appreciate. That's a gift to me, to keep my last name and to hyphenate it to a man's last name. Right. And my sister, she hyphenated her marriage name, her maiden name. It's Walton Mobley. So I wouldn't mind having Walton McNeil or Walton whoever. God doesn't know. God does know. I don't know where God will take me, but I would love to have a hyphenated last name. But if it doesn't happen, I mean, it is what it is, but I will always incorporate my last name with my children's name in some kind of way just to carry that on into future generations.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I have a question for Vixen.
Go ahead.
What is your guilty pleasure?
Let's see. Ooh, guilty.
And not getting head.
Oh, I ain't guilty.
Ooh, how deep are we going with that?
Deep as you want
Oh, call the sirens. I'm a voyeur.
to go. Okay. But what makes you a voyeur?
I would personally enjoy watching live sex.
Mm.
Okay.
I think that is a guilty pleasure because it could be considered sinful.
Wow. As in, like, watching porn?
Right.
Or
Drink
something?
on
No,
that.
live.
Like
your drink.
Yeah, live.
Live? Oh, wow.
Yes.
You said, get your drink, too.
Okay.
Yeah, so that would be my
Guilty
pleasure. Yes.
So my question would be for Shell Shock. I know you want to be married.
Oh, my gosh, yes.
Yes. So my question for you is, do you have a time frame of when you want to be married, who you want to be married to, and what would take place in that marriage?
I absolutely do not have a time frame. If I'm 99 years old, I want to get married.
If she on her deathbed, I want to get married, goddamn.
And you said who I want to get married to? At this moment, you know who you are. I want to get married to you.
Is he still in Wisconsin?
No, he's here.
Oh, he back.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Okay.
He goes by BD. BD, baby daddy. No, I'm just kidding. But yes. And what was the other question?
I don't remember.
Let's just do this.
Do I want to get married now? Yeah, do I have a time frame and then who? Yes.
Basically asked what was required of the marriage.
Oh, what's required of a marriage? Just to be present. You know, there's a lot of people that check out in marriages sometimes. I just want us to be one. I want us to be able to go on trips together as a family, work together, just have a lot of fun. That's all I
Build
need.
an empire. I
Build
love
an
that.
empire. Yes.
Girl, I can't stop looking at your boobs. I'm just saying.
Oh, is it
popping?
Is it popping?
I'm trying to listen to what she's saying, but I'm like, look at the boobs.
But yes, everybody that watches this podcast, Shell Shock want to be married.
Well, let me ask you this. So how long will you wait for this certain person?
Oh, man. For BD, let me see. Right now, answering, I feel like
How old
I would probably wait forever. How old is BD?
No, how old is your children by him?
My children by him is 8.
8.
Mm-hmm.
So you've been waiting 8 years so far?
Nope. I actually been waiting 15 years.
Oh, okay. 15 years.
He's known me since I've had my first daughter.
So, okay, I just want to get a little bit deeper.
Terrible.
Deeper.
It's
into
not
this.
terrible. Love is love.
Yeah,
and I know I'm
It's
sorry.
no,
I'm
it's terrible.
giggling.
No,
I'm
no,
giggling.
it's terrible.
but-
Stop.
I
but
agree.
It's
Love is
terrible.
love.
No.
Love is love.
But-
And I love you, but it's terrible.
but-
you don't wait.
Yeah, well, I
No,
was gonna ask,
love
You
is-
don't wait on someone.
Yeah, when are you gonna stop? Like, I'm not gonna say when
Well,
are you
let
gonna
me
stop
say-
waiting, but like, when do you think enough will be enough? Let me move on.
I feel like when enough is enough between me and him, I think it would be mutual. Like, he would be enough and then I would be enough. Like, we would just both part ways. As long as he wants me, I'm gonna want him. And that's terrible to say. I'm so sorry.
No, it's real though.
But yes, and I'm gonna say, I was just gonna say,
don't feel offended. We just
right.
friends.
I was just gonna say this.
Me,
you're not gonna be happy with anyone else. You see what I'm saying? Especially if you're still feeling and loving him. So why waste someone else's time?
Exactly, and I don't want to waste anybody else's time.
So I'm like, at least you're honest with yourself, and you're not wasting other people's time, which is good.
But this is the thing, and I'm not speaking on her specific situation because I don't know. I'm just going on what she just said. If she says she's waiting for him, I'm assuming something is going on that maybe, is stopping them from doing that. It could be him. Is it him? You don't have to give us your business.
It most definitely is him. It's his selfishness, him not wanting to be with just one woman. I don't want to say person, one woman.
So what's stopping you from saying, you know what, I don't want this for myself. Let me go find someone that is willing to cater to what I want in a relationship.
I feel like what's stopping me right now is
it
me.
The dick? Is it the dick, sis? Because if it's the dick,
no. I mean, I love the sex, but it's just more me because I don't want to bring the damage that I'm going through right now to somebody else. So I could easily get into another relationship, but why would I do that when I'm broken right now?
So hold on.
So I don't want to be in that relationship.
Why are you broken? Or do you even?
I'm broken because I want what I want, and what I want right now is to be with
him.
Yes, my baby daddy right now.
For me, just being your friend, besides this podcast shit, if
we cursing today.
We cursing today.
We cursing.
Yeah, sorry, Lord. I feel like this, like Vixen said on the last episode, you are a catch. I don't know if you know this, but you are a catch.
Hell yeah.
And for you to admit that you're waiting for someone, but they have these flaws, you are aware.
Not only flaws, but sleeping with other women.
Okay, but they're flaws, Yeah. So by you knowing that, what is it?
I mean,
whatever.
It's not, honestly, like we have to. We have
hold
to.
on, let me finish.
Go ahead, girl.
So basically,
finish.
what I'm just saying is, and I'm about to knock the ball out in the pod. What I'm about to say is, if you know all of this, you are not damaged because you are allowing yourself to wait for this particular person, and this particular person cannot exceed what you're looking for. God damn. So this narrative that you're creating that you have baggage and you're damaged, it's not that. That's psychological.
Because I get in another relationship, right? I know this guy that I don't want to leave is still going to want to be with me, right?
Right.
So I'm going to still be in that relationship too. I'm going to pursue this man while I'm still lusting and wanting to be with this person.
And I'm going to tell you why.
And I feel like that's just
Let me tell you why.
Damage. I don't want that.
This man that you meet, that you are attracted to, he can treat you 1,000 times better than that baby daddy. And when you see...
I watch too many Lifetime movies. I'm sorry. I don't want to be murdered.
You cancel Lifetime for you.
I don't want to be murdered because, my boyfriend found out I was cheating on him with my baby daddy. No, I don't want to.
I'm just say I love you because ain't shit as I can say. You just fucking in love.
Exactly. And that's just that.
And I just don't want him to hurt you, me being your friend, like for real. You can do better than that, to be honest with you.
I understand. My brother gonna be watching this too, so I'm about to hear his mouth. Oh,
please,
Lord.
brother, get on her tonight.
So yeah.
All right, next question.
So this question is for Vixen.
I'm sorry, you guys. I'm
trying to feel like who she's texting.
I do apologize. I'm just texting my 12-year-old. I apologize. So excuse me.
Your man.
No.
What's
Go
the
ahead.
question?
What's the question?
Oh, okay. So, do you or are you ready to have grandchildren?
Hell no. Girl, no, boo. Messiah, Malik,
not Malik.
Malachi, Dreamer. No. Mommy is no. I'm about to live my best life. I do not have time for grandmommy duties right now. I have a great niece. She's beautiful, but she has a grandmommy. So, no.
So she
No.
need to be mama.
No,
grandmama. Or glam mom.
No,
right now.
glam, no. No.
Glam mom.
Did I answer your question?
She
Yes.
is still trying to get
No.
her freak on. She is not trying to take
Hold on.
grandbabies.
Stop the press. Say that again.
She is trying to get her freak on. So all her kids out there, Malachi,
And Malik.
all of them, all of the
Dreamy.
men in her life, she don't want no kids. So do not be having them. You better abort mission. And I don't know if my listeners support that or not, but all of her children abort mission.
She said
So wear
abort
condoms,
mission.
use protection all
Yes.
you can, because she does not want kids. She wants to
No.
live her best life.
No, this is,
Living my best
and I'll tell you this,
Okay.
it's like I have
I
been
ain't going back and
raising
forth with
children.
children. I'm living my best life.
Exactly.
I need a refill.
Exactly. I have been raising kids since I was 21,
Oh,
and I still have a
young.
12-year-old.
that's
So
young.
no, darling.
All right then.
Nah.
Thank you.
All
No,
right.
thank you.
I have a question for everybody. Same question that Vixen pretty much asked. Two questions. What did y'all think about me at first, and what do y'all think about me now? And hell, y'all can even tell me what y'all don't like about me. Just anything. Starting
Well,
with shell shock.
I thought you were really cool. I reached out to you first. Said I would like to get to know you and hang out a little bit more. That sounded
She likes me.
suspect, you know?
She gay.
But I've been in Nashville.
Girls.
Yeah, she gay.
No, I've been in Nashville for since 2012.
Wow.
Haven't really hung out much with other than my coworkers. So I was just like, I really need to make some friends. So that was me making a friend. And
Well,
look at me now.
I want to say about the podcast because like the podcast. What did you
So
think?
as far as me getting to know you when it comes to the podcast, I feel like she's really tough. She tried to be tough. And I mean, sometimes she can get on my nerves, but I look at it as this, like, she's really smart. This girl is so smart. So when I think about it, I was like, she's only wanting the best for me and in the podcast all together. When I look at it and I think back of the conversations that we've had. So I like you, Ocean. You cool.
Is that it?
Cool peoples. That is it. That's all I have.
Oh wow, I was scared. Thank you.
So for me, I think when I first met you, when I first walked through the door, it's like I'm more of a woman that I like to observe a person, observe the personalities, but I'm very open and friendly, so I will speak, introduce myself. So when I first introduced myself to you and you to me, of course I reached out to you first, of course, about the podcast, but I thought you were very serious. But when I found out you were an Aquarius, and then we connected, and then next thing you know, I'm calling you to ask a question, and then we on the phone for like 3 hours on the way home, and then I'm cooking while we still talking. I was like, you know what? I consider her like a sister because we can actually have a conversation. We're very open. So it takes me personally time to actually open up to people, and I'm not gonna say judgmental, but I'm very opinionated.
You're Aquarius.
Yeah,
Y'all,
I'm opinionated.
y'all judgmental.
So, my opinions may not match up to how I truly feel about you. So like I said, I thought you were very serious. You're very business oriented, and I love that about you. And you take this podcast very seriously. So that's something that I appreciated about you. And when we had to do our segment, the first time that I ever stepped in to the studio, I was like, oh my gosh, she's so serious about this. I have never done this. I hope she likes me. Like, I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I hope this woman likes me. Like, I want to be a part of this. So I looked up to you. And yeah, I still do. And I appreciate all of the hard work that you put into this podcast for us. And I appreciate you going above and beyond for us, because you don't have to, honestly, but because this is your vision, this is your dream, and you like us, three ladies, Shellshock, Paris, and Vixen, and you put up with us, that you're willing to go the extra mile to make this happen for us, and that's something that I appreciate. So
Wow. Yeah, I'm a crybaby. Y'all gonna make
Uh-oh.
me cry. I appreciate that.
And now it's my turn.
I thought they hated me.
No, of course not. If we hated you, I feel like we wouldn't be here.
Yeah,
I never want to be in that talk.
I'm just saying, I know I get on y'all nerves. Tell the truth.
Of course, but we're women.
Right.
I mean, we're always going to get on each other's nerves. We have different opinions. We
Yeah.
see things differently.
Yeah.
We all handle business differently. All of us want to be correct, I'm sure. So, I mean, it's okay to get on each other's nerves, but that's what makes a sisterhood. And I feel like that's what makes us, is to have different personalities, different characters. If we were all the same, we would be like, what is this mess? But because we all have different personalities, that's what makes this podcast so special.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Well,
Oh, and one more thing to add, Vixen.
Go ahead.
If y'all ever want me to say a speech at the wedding, the funeral, whatever, I'm hiring.
Hold on now. So was this scripted? Are you putting a shell shock on the actress?
I'm not acting, but I'm pretty good at this.
Okay. Thank you.
okay, so,
Ooh,
Give it to me.
I don't know if that's a good laugh or a
Yeah.
good laugh.
But we get each other.
yes. Okay, I'm going to just be honest.
Yeah.
First initial impression was cool, good. Then, I don't know, I started to question, like, why the ladies were leaving the podcast.
Right.
And it was just a question. You see what I'm saying? Like, what is it about, this podcast? Because I hadn't seen anything. So what is it? So I did question that. And to me, because it was your podcast, you were part of that question. But after our personal conversations and me getting to know you personally, I understand a lot of people can't take how straightforward you are, but I appreciate it.
And I appreciate you because you like that too.
You see what I'm saying? So I appreciate that. And I understand when people are hiding who they are, if people are not honest with themselves, and then they have someone who's going to be honest with them, they run.
Right.
And I started to see that that's what that is. You are going to hold people accountable. You see what I'm saying? Even with our conversation about me not necessarily diving into the sisterhood of the podcast, you were holding me accountable. You wanted to know why. And you came to me, which I appreciate. I didn't want to hear it in whispers behind my back. Well, she said this and she said that. No, you came to me. And I just know a lot of people can't accept people being straightforward and honest with them. And so that's who you are. And like I said, I respect that. But a lot of people can't handle it.
You're right.
A lot of people cannot. And I'll say this about Shell Shock. Shell Shock came to me, honestly not believing that I liked her. I don't know why. You see what I'm saying? I honestly it shocked the hell out. It shell shocked the hell out of me. You see what I'm saying? That I actually gave off that impression. But in no shape, form, or fashion had I ever had a negative thought about you. So to give you that impression was shocking to me because there was never. And I feel like this is my child.
Me?
Yes.
Me?
Because you may not know my son, but I just feel like you're in that generation with them. So when I look at you as one of my kids. You see what I'm saying?
And I know of Malik, and he's a nice guy.
He is. He's a cool kid sometimes. We ain't gonna talk about it. We beefing right now. But the love that I have come to have for you ladies, I think it fills me as beautiful. It is a sisterhood. You see what I'm saying? And we all have different personalities. But the fact that we can come to each other and talk about it and get it off of our chest without holding any type of resentment is good. And because that's hard for females. Just period. For someone to tell you, you know, I don't know how hard it was for you to say to me, I feel like you don't like me. You know, it had to be.
I mean, I'm a Libra, so like people feel like I don't know how to explain. Like I say stuff, but they don't think I'm serious when I say stuff certain times. But it was very hard for me to just bring that up in the meeting, because I didn't want to hurt anyone's feelings or rub anybody the wrong way. So, but yeah,
I think we've been very honest with each other, you know, which is good. And I think because we've been honest with each other and we're still here, I feel like it's gonna grow more. You know.
And for me, I don't. And for me, I don't like drama, you know. And when y'all had that misunderstanding after we recorded, that's when I said, hey, I don't want y'all to walk out this door be having an attitude with one another or having this bad energy. Let's stay right now, talk it over, and work it out before y'all hit that door. Because I believe in sisterhood. I don't like that. Not saying y'all were gonna give that, but just by me just being a host, you know, of the podcast. Like I don't like that. When I say sisterhood, that's what I really mean. And of course, we all had our opinions of everybody. But once we finally talked, that shit went out the window.
It did. For me, it did. For everybody. For me, it did. And I get it. Our conversations, I'm sorry, my daughter's still texting me. Our conversations are going to get heated. You see what I'm saying? We're going to disagree. You know, we're going to be on her about how she's a catch. And this Negro really needs to get it.
Right.
Like for real. Like this, she a queen. She a freak. You know, she works. Like exactly. So we're gonna stay on that, and that's just something, you know, we're gonna be on, and it may irritate the hell out of her, but she needs to realize, you know, she's a catch.
But that's because
it don't irritate me. But
exactly.
If we didn't care about you, sis, we would not be just saying this. You know what I mean? Like I'm very big on sisterhood. I'm very big on like people that I care about and giving them my honest opinion about, you know, whatever they have going on. So I just don't want you to ever take it personally. Vixen, why you laughing?
I'm laughing at her. She's funny. I'm sorry. I get you.
So I don't want you to ever feel like we're picking on you or like, you know, we're down on you, because, you know, we really want the best for you and we want the best for each other.
Yes, and they want the best for me.
Your skin is soft.
Thank you. They want I made my lotion. I gave her some too. But like she was saying, she wants the best for me, and the best for me is Andre 3000. Go ahead. What you saying?
I said
you see this.
The skin is glistening, honey. The skin is glistening.
Well, I want to say, hey y'all, it's Paris.
What y'all think of me?
No, I just want to.
What y'all think of me for real? I'll see
Girl, okay, no, hell no, because
I'm
a mixture, so it doesn't bother me.
You definitely are bougie.
When I first met Paris, I was like, okay, first of all, let's just be real. I'm not saying I'm the best looking person, you know what I'm saying? But I look for ladies that has a certain look, different. And I want them to be attractive. So all these ladies on the panel are very attractive. So that's number one, to be honest with y'all. Number two is the personality. So when I first met you, you didn't talk a lot in the interview. And I was like, okay, is she shy? Is she scared? But I wanted to give you a chance because, hell, I've been scared. Like, I'm an introvert too, so I get it. Maybe she's just shy. It's new to her. I get it. But as time went on, I'm like, okay, she has a lot of motivation. She has a lot of energy. She's very bubbly. She asks a lot of damn questions. I like her. Because I feel like if you don't ask questions, you're not interested. And if you don't ask questions, you're not trying to learn. Mm-hmm. After we had our conversation about slowing down, everything is a process. I got to know her a little more deeper. Like she said, we had more than one type of phone call that was 3 hours. We had numerous of 3 hours phone. And she wouldn't let my ass go. No, just playing. But yeah, we had a lot of phone calls where we talked about private things as well, and still things about the podcast. And when she called me one day and asked me for advice, that really made me be like, okay, she can be little sis. Because y'all know I don't got no siblings, so I'm always calling people my sis if I feel like they are. But yeah, so besides that, she was very motivated. She actually, and not saying these ladies, I'll just tell how I feel about everybody. But I'll just say about Paris. She wasn't one of those people that just want to show up to talk and be, on something, on a platform on social media. Like, I feel like she really wants to go far as well as I want to go far. Like, she wants this podcast to flourish as much as maybe we all do. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, she's a go-getter. Of course, she's young, and she has that drive of being young, and that's one thing that I looked for out of her. Parents are great. Met her parents. I really respect them. Great, intelligent parents.
She looks just like her beautiful mother.
Yeah.
Someone told me that today.
And yeah, so that's pretty much what I thought. And I like the fact that when I told them, I don't know how they took it, but I told you I was autistic as well, and they don't judge me. I guess they take their time with me. They correct me if I make mistakes without correcting me in a certain way of making me feel bad. Mm-hmm. So yeah, she's very nourishing and caring and loving and touching and no, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I love her. So Shell Shock podcast. When she first did her interview, girl, I can't even remember, to be honest with you. I can't remember. I cannot remember. I remember, but I don't remember.
I remember. It was her and another lady.
Andrea?
Yeah.
Oh. And that's why I don't... Anyway. So, yeah, in her interview...
I remember.
The reason why I don't remember is because the other lady took over. Shell Shock was Shell Shock. Really sweet, polite. If you want to shine, she'll let you shine. She'll step back. That's why I didn't remember. But her characteristics of her is what brought my attention to her. It's because, like I just said, she's caring, and she will put you in front of her. If she feels like you want to shine more than her, she's like, go ahead, shine, baby. I'm behind you.
Right, I'm the same way.
And that's why.
Can I?
Now. Not the look.
And I oop.
I'll say everybody.
And I oop.
Damn.
So, we did Shell Shock moment.
Yo.
Come on now, I'm gonna be real.
Alright, you done had what to be class in there.
No, I'm serious.
I know.
Oh, okay. But yeah, now the bad things about it. She gets on my fucking nerves, she's always correcting me. Now, she corrected me in a good way. But sometimes she tries to go back and forth with me.
Yeah, she been.
Why you didn't do that? You didn't do nothing.
Now she been on us.
Girl. Why you didn't? You want me to do this, but you didn't do that? Girl. And that part gets on my fucking nerves. But we don't have grudges. Like, we laugh that shit out and move on. And she's like, well, I'm not gonna say that. But yeah, that's the only thing.
Well, you're not gonna say what?
I mean, we friends. Like, we friends, but we've been knowing each other the longest. So, like, we real friends. Like, not saying we fake friends.
I get what you're saying, girl. Go on.
Okay, so yeah, we friends outside
friends
the
outside
podcast.
podcast.
I fucks with her.
Yeah, so it's like I kind of get her and she gets me, and I know I get on her fucking nerves, but it just balances.
I didn't know Shell Shock was a freak. Didn't know it.
Y'all not supposed to know.
I'm so glad I didn't tune in.
But ask me and I would tell.
Paris either.
Baby, y'all,
Listen.
I didn't know.
Y'all surprised me the first recording ever.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot
Y'all was
about
just
that.
talking y'all
I forgot about that.
I'm like, what? What?
If you don't ask, I won't.
Okay,
tell.
we have to do another Down and Dirty episode with me, for real.
Oh,
I'm gonna give
yeah.
y'all all the tea.
Okay,
Well, maybe we won't do it down and dirty. Maybe we'll do it the deep, dark secrets of the Felines Den.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I want to be a lion so bad.
I'm trying to get
Well, you know,
Now,
I'm a cougar. So.
my last question.
Okay.
This is for Ocean. Since I have. So,
Don't ask me to rap.
That's exactly what I was about to do.
Mm-mm.
So, we had conversations about the past, and you said you used to be a rapper.
I never said I used to be a
Well,
rapper.
you used to rap, so I want to hear a verse.
Girl, you fucking lying. I never said I used to rap.